Hello, everybody, and welcome to Kyrus Has Friends, the show where I sit down with the people that matter to me the most, and those people are my friends. Before we get started today, if you're interested in anything that I have to say, if you want more than just this podcast, you can visit me on my social media platforms. Visit me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as The Vibe with Kai. You can also visit me on TikTok before it gets banned, and on Snapchat for whatever reason. You can follow me there at Kyrus. And if you want, you can also visit my website, thevibewithkai.com, where I'm always posting things that'll help you do good, feel good, be good, and live a good life full of good vibes. My motto is I just want to make one person smile. So if that person is you, then I am perfectly content with that. But enough about me and enough about all of my shameless plugs and nonsense. I am sitting here with a very special guest. She's fresh out of Toronto, Canada. She does literally everything. She's an actress, a model, a singer, a dancer, a steel pan drummer, what else? Everything. You do
Everything.
voiceovers. You do voiceovers. You do it all. I'm sitting here with Kerry-Ann Wright, aka Miss Kerr. I'm so excited that you're here. I'm so excited that we get to sit and talk because like we've been talking a lot, over the last week.
Yeah,
And then
about that.
I was like I need to get her on my show because like she is
I'm so happy to be here.
a fascinating individual. Hi, how are you? How is your day going today?
I'm very well so far. I cannot
Yeah,
complain, honestly.
you look
Yeah,
fantastic.
thank you.
You make me look like complete garbage right now because you decided to step up your game today, and I was like,
I,
I'm gonna put on a shirt.
you know what though? Being a guy, all you really have to do, see, you just have to smile. That's
Oh
it.
my gosh.
Yeah, you got it easy.
I
A
should
little
have.
bit more work on this side.
Oh, please. No, no, not at all. But you like listen, you do so much. And I like here's my first question to you is this. Is there anything that you don't do?
I don't sing very well.
What?
I try really hard. Like I love singing, but
Yes.
I cannot claim to be a singer for
But I
sure.
bet you are a better singer than most people, I'm sure.
I mean, I do have some experience, so maybe that could
I
be
mean,
true.
she says as she
Um,
flicks her hair. I mean, I do have a little something in my back pocket just in case I have to whip something out, A couple songs,
it's true.
couple ditties.
If you always stay prepared, you don't have to get prepared. Okay.
Well, it's not
Ooh.
Sunday. I wasn't prepared for you to start preaching today. That's exciting. Is
No,
there,
I mean,
please go ahead.
go ahead. No, I was just saying, there's lots of things that I don't
Yeah.
do proficiently, if you will.
Okay.
But there are a handful of things that I do really well and
So do you have
take great
do you have
pride
a favorite?
in. There's a couple of favorites. I love just doing anything creative. Like I love
Hmm.
creating.
Okay.
So most recently, I've been doing a lot of like video directing for music videos and
Nice.
that kind of thing.
Oh, really?
So
See, what?
creative.
This is not fair.
It's just I'm an ideas person, so
Yes.
the creativity never stops in my brain, really
Right.
and truly. The
So,
wheels
so,
are
f-
always.
so for people that are as creative as you, for people that dream big and want to do big things and are doing big things, what piece of advice do you give them for wanting to just be like an entrepreneur in a way and just continue to grow on a personal and artistic level? What would you say to them as a piece of advice?
There's so much, but first and foremost, I would say make sure that you love what you're doing.
Hmm.
If you don't absolutely love what you're doing, then you will not be able to survive the hard times.
Hmm.
There's a lot of struggles and challenges being an entrepreneur,
Hmm.
and it's so easy to just be like, okay, forget it. I'm gonna go back to the 9 to 5.
Yes.
If you don't really love it, but if you
Yeah.
really love it, then you have that extra gumption to just push through it. Be like, you know what, it's okay. Tomorrow will be better. The day after that, even better than that.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Now, how has obviously I'm not sure if you're aware of this or not. I'm not sure if you've heard, but apparently there's some sort of virus going on outside. I don't know. I woke up this morning. I was like, wait, what? What's going on? Apparently there's
You
some
know,
sort of like terrible thing that's happening outside, in which it's preventing people from doing some of the things that they normally do over the summer or in their careers and things like that. This mysterious thing that I'm just hearing about, has it affected you this year?
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I guess I would have to know about it in
That's
order
fair.
for it to affect me. But hypothetically speaking, if I
Hypothetically
was
speaking,
aware
yes.
of what was going on outside my bubble, I would say it probably wouldn't have affected me as much as it could affect others. I really do kind of live in my own little bubble.
Mm-hmm.
And this whole social distancing thing, so I've heard, I've been social distancing majority of my adult life. So I've
this
been
is nothing new
embracing
to you.
No, absolutely not. However, it's definitely knew that I've had to help other people learn to cope with all of this extra alone time.
Sure.
I would say the biggest impact on me would be the lack of travel. The
Yes.
past 2-3 years, traveling a lot, primarily for work.
Mm-hmm.
And I had some big plans this year. I had places
Same.
and people to see, so.
Do you have a spot that you were like really looking forward to going to that you're not going to be able to go to this year?
Bali.
Bali. Oh,
I
man.
really wanted to go to Bali this year. Actually,
have you been there before?
No, never.
Oh no.
I know, but I have friends that have been, and
Sure.
they've told me amazing things about it, and they said that I would absolutely love it.
Oh, nice.
So I just felt like this was the year, I'm gonna go to Bali.
So this would be for vacation or for work?
A bit of both.
Okay.
I would still be able to work from there because a lot of the work that I do is remote.
Sure.
But it would also just primarily be personal, just
mm-hmm.
that escape, focus
mm-hmm.
on me, maybe fine tune some things, find
right.
that laser focus
sure.
that I haven't really exercised.
See, that it's funny you say that because I've always been a big fan of taking solo vacations, of finding time to spend with yourself, and unfortunately there was a point at in the last 3 or 4 years of my life, up until I would say fall of 2018, that I was not allowed to do that, right? The idea of because it was the relationship that I was in. It was just there was no such thing as doing things on your own, right? Which I didn't personally believe in. I thought that it's important for you to kind of have your space sometimes, and I think it's really important for people to be able to just spend some time on their own. So the vacations are the times that you are able to get away or do things on your own.
Yeah.
What do you feel you get the most out of that?
Comfort
mm-hmm.
and peace. There's always so much going on around us, at all times. So being able to actually just be still and be still with yourself and your thoughts. I feel like a lot of the time when people are constantly traveling or they have to be around people all of the time, it's because they can't handle what's going on in their own head. And they need those exterior distractions to keep them occupied on other things.
Right.
So I feel like a lot of clarity can come out of alone time as well. And
I agree.
You really discover a lot about yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Bali was number one on your list. Were there any other places that you have been to that you were looking forward to going to this year that all of a sudden you just can't?
Yes, I was supposed to go to New York a couple of times.
Yes. That's by me. That's my area.
Yes. Jersey, right?
Yes, yeah, I'm a Jersey boy. I live close. I live closer to Philly. In fact, I can see the Philly skyline from my house. But I'm a Philly boy. But New York is an hour and a half away from me. It's really easy for me to get there. Spend a lot of time there. Yeah. Oh yeah. Very much so. Very much so. So what was happening in New York?
I have some friends that are there,
okay.
And also my friends are also entertainers. So there's a couple of projects, that they wanted my involvement in as well.
Nice.
And also just to explore. I've never explored New York. You know, every time that I've been, it's kind of like an in and out thing, or there was already a set plan work related.
Right.
Yeah. So it's just go and then back home to Toronto. So I want to tour in New York.
Now, did I hear you correctly? Have you ever been to Philadelphia before?
Once, like years and years and years ago on a shopping
Okay.
trip.
Oh.
It was one of those bus trips to like the outlet strip mall.
That's hilarious.
But that's
But you
yeah, I've
never
been to
you never
Jersey.
got a chance to really explore Philly before.
No,
Oh,
to be
you
honest,
got to come.
I didn't know that there was anything like significant in Philly aside from shopping.
You got to come to Philly.
Sorry.
We got to. Oh man, listen. You come to Philly, I'll come to Toronto. I've never been to Toronto. I've never been to Canada before. I've never been.
Really?
Yeah, I never been.
Okay, bet it happened.
All right, let's go.
Well,
Wait, so did you grow up in Toronto?
I did, yes. I was actually born in Jamaica, and then my parents brought me up after my 3rd birthday, I think it was.
Like
And then I
Jamaica,
used to
as in
spend some
like Jamaica.
Jamaica. I mean, there's only one
Well,
Jamaica
you have
that I'm
like
aware of.
Jamaica, New York. Like sometimes people like I'm from Jamaica, Queens, or something like that in New
Oh,
York. But
really?
yeah, this is Jamaica, Queens. But you're talking about
Oh,
like Jamaica, like
Jamaica
the actual.
Island.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Oh, that's so
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah.
And you said you moved
I
up here on your 3rd birthday.
Yeah, so I've been here
Yeah.
since I was really small. I would
Yes.
go back in the summer, spend time with family,
Yes.
and then just been here in Toronto, like the East End. So East and Central is where I live. And yeah, as an adult, I started venturing out a little bit.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time in the Caribbean mostly.
Sure.
Not so much in the States, but like I did a lot of work in Carnival. I don't know if you know of like Soca and Carnival.
I will nod my head and say yes, but really my ignorance is going to show here.
You know, the costumes with like all the feathers
Oh,
and
yes,
stuff.
yes.
Yeah, but not Brazilian Carnival.
Okay.
So Caribbean Carnival is different. It's to celebrate the Caribbean culture.
Yes.
That's really like the steel bands performing as well.
Mhm.
So there was a period of time I did a lot of work in the carnival scene, soca scene, if you will.
Nice.
That's also where my background is in dance. So professionally trained dancer, I specialize in Afro-Caribbean. And Kerry-Ann time, you know, here in Toronto this summer, that's our busiest time. Because everybody wants, you know, the carnival costume dancers performing. Yeah, so
That's
I mean,
funny.
that was really fun. And
Before I do want to talk a little bit about what you just talked about, but I do need to point out that you are from Toronto, and
yes.
I'm from Philly, and
Yes.
I'm really mad at Toronto because last year in the NBA playoffs, Kawhi Leonard and the Toronto Raptors beat my Sixers on a last second shot and like legit broke my heart.
I'm sorry.
So
But, you got
so unfortunately
stuff
that's all the time we have today. So this was fun while it lasted, and
Oh, sounds like a sore loser.
I was not happy with Toronto, and of course being on TikTok, a lot of people that I've met and talked to are from Canada and Toronto specifically, and
Okay.
and so like I get it all the time now, just like because the people that know that I live by Philly, and they're like, oh, remember last year? yeah, I remember last year very well.
Remember
Thank you
that
very much.
time.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, it's never too late to come over to the light.
No, not gonna happen.
No? You
No.
sure?
Positive. I've never been
We'll
more
see.
sure of anything in my life. I'm kidding. Wait, so
All right, we'll
okay,
see, we'll
so I bring up TikTok because technically TikTok is how we pretty much kind of
Yes.
connected. Am I correct with that? Right? Like we met
Absolutely.
through TikTok. Were you always a TikTok person, or did you get on during quarantine or fairly recently?
Here's the thing. I joined TikTok when it was Musically.
Yes.
Or
Back in the
Musically,
day.
however you pronounce it.
Yes.
Back in the day, yeah. And I started making a couple of videos. I got distracted or bored, whatever. And then that was it. Deleted the app. I'm like, moving on. And then obviously COVID hit, and
Yes.
I just started seeing all of these amazingly creative videos popping up with this TikTok on it.
Yes.
So I was like, well, let me check this out. I feel like I would like this.
Yes.
And now, honestly, TikTok is my favorite thing.
Yes. Same.
Instagram was my shit before, but TikTok is it.
Yes.
You learn stuff on TikTok. You can waste hours of nothingness. It's
That's a true
fun,
story.
entertaining.
And
It's
most
just
importantly,
you. I
well,
mean,
not
if
me
it was no
personally,
TikTok-
but that's very
Well,
kind of
I
you.
mean-
But you get to meet people that you may not
Like
have met. I don't know if our paths would have crossed. I mean, they might have. That would have been awesome. But I can't guarantee that our paths would have crossed, because I'm pretty sure I was dead set on never coming to Toronto, especially after last year.
Wow, that's how deep that wound is,
I don't
huh?
think you understand how much that hurt my feelings.
So,
Like so, but like,
I'm
but so do you like TikTok? How much like time do you spend on it per day, would you say?
more time than I'm willing to admit right now.
Same.
I credit a good part of my insomnia these days to TikTok.
It's
It's
bad.
ridiculous.
It's bad
It's
because
really
like there's times that I'll be sitting there, I'll be in the middle of my work day or something, and then I'm like, oh, there's something like loading up on my screen. I'm like, let me just go on TikTok for something while something's like downloading or something like that.
yeah.
And so like I'll be scrolling through. Next thing you know, 15 minutes have gone by. I'm like, wait, whoa, the download's been done for like 30 minutes. I'm sitting there like I'm like sitting there on TikTok looking at some dumb,
Yeah.
WAP dance.
Time flies. I feel like TikTok is almost a Google version, like a TikTok version of Google. You can literally find anything on it.
Yes. Yes.
How did this happen?
I know. It
Is
is
this
insane.
okay? So here's my question for you then. I don't know how
Okay.
long you've been on TikTok, but
yes.
is
Okay.
yeah, this cumulative of like various information, has
hmm
this just been like a COVID recent thing, or is this something like, was it always like that since it turned into TikTok?
For me personally, or in general?
I mean, both.
Okay. So
Like, what's your take?
I am the director of social media for a marketing firm, right? So like I have to
Okay.
be up to date on everything social
Every
media related.
right.
So late last year, not even, I would say late, yeah, I guess late summer last year, I would say July, August. So I guess it's been a year now almost.
Okay.
I heard about TikTok because one of my friends, her name is Brooke, she at that time had been a very popular TikToker, right? But like at the time, like we didn't think much, like my friends and I, we didn't think much of the platform. We just knew it existed. It just
Right.
wasn't a thing. But then my clients started asking about TikTok, and I'm like, I need to educate
Mhm.
myself. So I signed up for an account. Once again, this is back in August.
Okay.
Signed up for an account just so I can just see what it was, and I put up a couple videos, but it didn't like do jack shit. So so I put up a couple videos, but mainly the main point for me having one was just so I can use it and get used to it for my
Right.
clients. And then I would say like September, October, November, December, I didn't use it at all. Like it just wasn't a thing on my brain.
Oh, okay.
And then March 2020 comes along, and my friend Brooke, is still like blowing up on TikTok, and like somebody sent me a video of her, and I'm like, I had to sign back into my account, so I'm looking at her video. I'm like, oh, this is cool, and I started seeing all these other videos. I'm like, oh wow, this is really interesting. And then I got bored because obviously quarantine was in place, and I'm like, well,
Right.
maybe I can come up with something funny, right? Like once again, I wasn't thinking whatever. And then I made a video, and it at the time, to me, it went viral. But like really, it was like 200 people saw it. But at the time I was like, whoa, 200 people watched my
Yeah.
video. So I'm like, people love me. I'm gonna be famous now. Where's my
Right.
blue check and my $1 million? Am I Jason
I
Derulo now? So I started making more and more videos, and next thing you know, it's August 22nd, 2020. uh, and I am where I am now. Like I was not ever expecting it to be like this. This is 100%
Wow.
born out of quarantine boredom. 100%.
That's crazy.
That's
So
my
how many
story.
followers do you have now?
I'm about to cross 60,000.
Jeez.
But
So
I'm so
okay, do
low
you
on the totem pole. I'm so low because my friend
really?
Bimo the Prince, he has like hundreds and hundreds of thousands. We're friends. Granny Koi Bondi, she just crossed 1 million. My friend Shay Manning, she just hit 100,000,
You just
right? Like
oh yeah, you said on your show the other
yeah,
day.
and so my friend Stacy, she's Posh in Progress on Instagram and on TikTok. We're friends, and she has hundreds of thousands of followers. And so like it's funny, Bimo the Prince, he was we were talking the other day, and he's like, yeah, I'm getting a bunch of influencers together. We're going to make some content together, blah blah. And like he listed off all the people that he wanted to be a part of this. He's like so and so and so and so and so and so and me. And I was looking at these other people. They all at minimum have like 500,000 followers, and then me, I'm like, I don't even have 60,000. I'm so low on that totem pole. I'm like, don't you want somebody that like that can like
Right.
do more? But no, it's been a very interesting ride, and it's opened up a lot of doors for me, so I can't complain.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, this interview is about me now. It's about me now, damn it. No, it's all good. Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, like, what was your main platform prior to TikTok?
Facebook.
Yeah,
Facebook,
really?
100%. Yeah. But
okay.
Like, I would say it was Facebook, Facebook then Instagram. No,
Okay,
that's for
gotcha.
me personally. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. But that has completely switched. I would say that I'm not on Facebook nearly as much as I used to be, because I realized that I like discovering new people. Like obviously your Facebook is your friends and your family, so like there's really nothing new that pops up. I'm not like discovering something like, oh, like it's more of like the only thing I discover on Facebook now is like, oh, Chad got married, it's great, like like that's it.
Right,
but
the
like
current events of the inner circle.
Exactly. But you know, on Instagram now, and especially obviously on TikTok, you know, you meet so many cool people. Like I met you. This is a thing. We are a thing. It's real life.
Yeah.
You know.
For sure.
Any other questions, Ms. Kerr?
I mean, not right now, but I'm sure more will come up.
That's fair. So what would you say is for everything that you've done so far, everything that you you know are skilled at and all of that, what would you say has been your biggest challenge just in your career and your life so far up until this point?
That's a good question.
I know. Thank you so much. I'm kidding.
Doing interviews like this.
What? But I'm so witty and charming. I don't understand this. Like,
is that what you think it is?
I'm definitely not.
Oh my god. I would say the biggest challenge has been earning the respect that I know that I deserve, the respect and the credibility.
Okay.
Because all my life, from the general public. Okay. And I say that loosely because it's not to say that people don't respect me, because I know that people do, but more so from a professional standpoint, right? Okay. All my life, I've always been one of those people that does multiple things. Yes. I have never, ever wanted to just be like a one pony rider, one
trick pony.
Thank you.
I've never wanted to buy one pony. I wanted to have a couple of them. I like ponies a lot, is what I'm saying.
I like options.
Now all I can think of is Genuine. You know, oh, let's do it, ride it, my pony, my multiple ponies, because I want options, multiple ponies. Anyway, I'm sorry. Keep going. Please keep going, because I'll go all day.
Thank you for saving me on that. So the problem with that is just when you do multiple things, it's more difficult for people to take you seriously because they feel like you need to focus on one thing. As they say, jack of all trades, master of none. However, I like to say I'm a Kerr of all crafts, master of some.
I like that.
Thank you. Wordplay is my thing.
That's hilarious. I'm glad I came up with that. I'm glad that's all me. Credit to Kyrus King Westcott.
I am just getting so many gems from this today.
You're welcome.
Look for your name in the credits.
I want my name on the top billing. That's what I want.
All right, calm down now.
Kyrus King Westcott presents Miss Kerr.
Let's just take it down a notch, okay?
Hey, listen, I'm a one pony trick, so.
I can't stand it.
I'm not gonna ever let you live that down for the rest of your life. I hope you know that. It'll be like 55 years from now. I'll be like, hey, remember that time we did that podcast?
I promise you, I will give you better ones to not live down.
Listen, I'm ready.
Stick around.
Wait, so what was it? What was the phrase that you just told me about that I liked?
Oh, instead of jack of all trades, master of none, Kerr of all crafts, master of some.
Yes, and you were talking about how people think that you should focus just on one thing and not
Yeah.
multiple things. And
But
what do you say to people like that?
I mean, thank you for sharing. You
Yeah.
know, at the end of the day, that's your opinion. You can do with that what you will.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's not going to stop me from doing what I want and love to do, because at the end of the day, I have to live with me and my decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So let me do me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to make it when I need to make it.
Absolutely.
The reality for a lot, and that's the thing for a lot of people. A lot of people want to do more than one thing, but they're so caught up in that paradigm that you can't. You know, I'm not legitimate if I don't focus on one thing. But if you're smart about how you manage your time and your resources, you can have multiple focuses,
right,
and still have each of them as equally important and well done, you know?
That's great. Yeah. So so even with that challenge, I guess I'm going to ask a question from the opposite perspective as well. What has been the highlight for you? What has been like a career highlight so far? Because how old are you? 18, 19?
Oh my God. Well, thank you. I'm 33. I'll be 34 in November.
I am also 33. Go 33-year-olds. Oh, do we just high five each other?
Over 30 club.
The people listening on a podcast, they're not going to see us be able to give this digital high five, but that's what you get.
Okay, hold on. I got you.
No, but the people watching on Facebook and Instagram are going to see it, but the podcasters.
But I don't like to exclude people. So you ready?
Okay.
Here we go. And high five.
Boom.
Ooh,
there we go.
That
was good. That was all palm, and it was great. It was delicious. I enjoyed it.
Highlights. You know, I feel like I have a lot because I truly love everything that I do, and I never commit to doing something unless I know I'm going to enjoy it and the person or people that I'm working with. But I would say most recently, I got to work with my good friend, Darian Dean. He is a soul singer based out of New York.
Okay.
And he performed at the Apollo Cafe last year. I got to be his technical director. So I actually created all of the visuals that was on the screen behind him. Yeah, it was really, really dope, actually.
So you get to do things both like in front of people and behind, like you're really good at the behind the scenes aspects of things as well, which is fantastic.
Stuff. Yeah, it's
no way.
It's like I would almost prefer being behind the scenes. One of my favorite like slogans, if you will, is that I don't need people to know that I did something for them to know that they loved it.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that's why I'm kind of funny about putting my name on stuff because I don't do things for the credit. Like I don't need it. Yeah. But what I do need is to see and know that the people that are experiencing it got the kind of joy that I put into making it.
Yeah. That's the best part sometimes because I do a lot of theatrical directing, right? So like I direct a lot of musicals and things like that. And there's a lot of times that my favorite part about that entire experience is sitting in the back. Nobody knows who you are. And just watching them watch the show that you and your team and your actors have created and seeing their genuine initial reactions to, and laughter and tears and all this stuff, seeing all of that just as an anonymous person in the audience. And like, that's the best part. So I could see what you're saying in regards to like, you know, just being able to kind of watch it at a high level and see like the full picture that sometimes a performer doesn't get to see, you know, and witness and stuff like that. I totally get that.
Yeah, it feels really, really good. And it makes you want to do it more.
Yes. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So you really are. So like, whether it's, you know, in front of the camera or on the stage or behind the camera and behind a screen, whatever it may be, you just do it all, which is fantastic. And is it tiring? Do you ever say to yourself, man, this is exhausting?
Yes and no. I find that the times where that actually happens is when I'm not fully like, I don't love it. Because I mean, the times do happen where you accept a gig, if you will, that you really didn't want to do, but maybe out of necessity you had to do at that time. Right. Or, you know, you're dealing with new personalities that you didn't account for initially.
Right. Right.
It becomes exhausting when that joy is not present.
Right,
you know, because
right.
then it feels like you actually have to scrounge up that
Sure.
energy to put into it. Yeah.
Right,
But for
right,
the most part, like, the majority of the time, no.
right.
Once
Well,
I'm going, that's it.
yeah. What would you say? Because like the thing that I've gotten out of this talking to you so far is that even in 2020, when so much seems down, when so much seems like life, right? You have still found a way to continue to stay positive, and like, and I realize that as well, like from you and I just genuinely talking, you know, but
Yeah.
you have found a way to continue to stay positive and to grow and work, and you know, you're doing your thing. And if somebody was listening right now, somebody that may not be having the best 2020, somebody that, you know, is looking down on themselves and this year and where they are in life at this point, and you know, with so many things out of their control, what would you say to a person sitting here right now being like, you know what, screw 2020, I don't like this year, this is dumb, I hate where I'm at, so on and so forth? What would you say to them?
That you always have the power. At the end of the day, even though circumstances sometimes feel like they're out of our control, what
Hmm.
we do have control over is how we receive them, how we process them, and how we implement movements after them. You know, 2020 is not over. And at the end
Right.
of the day, 2020 is just 2020. You know, we're still living, which means we still have opportunities to do something different. I feel like people get caught up in their emotions and they forget that they have choices that they can make. If you don't
Hmm.
like something, change it. And it's easy to say, just change it. But even doing the smallest thing, like if you're depressed, just get out of bed and brush your teeth. That is a
Hmm.
big change for some people.
Hmm.
So, you know, celebrating those small moments of, I call them accomplishments
Hmm.
because they are at the end of the day, is really, really important in getting through those hard times. Hard times
Hmm.
are temporary,
Right.
you know, as long as you understand that you have the power to
Yes.
make them temporary, nothing is permanent.
That's amazing. Well, that leads us to a new segment that I'm going to start doing on my podcast, and it's called Games with
Okay.
Kai. It's called Hot Takes. I didn't come up with a
Oh,
name
I
with it
love
yet.
it.
So it's a really quick game. I think I'm just call it Kai's Hot Takes. I think that's what I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
That's the official name. So what I'm gonna do is, for this first ever version, I'm going to give you 10 things, right? And it's going to be like a this or that kind of thing. And you, without thinking, you just have to answer it.
Okay.
So I'm going to say this or this, and then you just boom have to like just give your initial hot take on it. Okay?
All
You have to
right. I'm
choose.
ready.
Are you
Oh,
ready? Just
I'm
know
ready.
that our friendship will be defined by this moment. So no
Okay, there's no
pressure.
Raptors questions in here.
Just no. There are no there. I should ask Sixers or Raptors, and you would obviously say the Sixers. Obviously, that's great. You know
Oh,
what?
wait,
Maybe we
so
shouldn't play this
boring.
game. All right. So are you ready? You ready for hot
I'm ready.
takes? All right. Here we go.
I'm ready for hot
Number one: cats or dogs?
cats.
Why cats?
I have two.
Yeah, I love cat. I'm a cat person as well. Oh, are we bringing
I
some
have to share
cats?
with
Hi,
close by.
kitty.
Yes.
Yeah. What
This
is
is Bug.
Buzz?
He's a Bugs, like Bugs
Oh,
Bunny.
Bugs Bunny. Oh, I can see why.
I just woke him
Oh,
up, so he's kind of disoriented right now.
he's like, what's going on? He's like, am I famous yet?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right?
Nice. Okay, you ready for the next one?
Yes.
All right. Pizza or pasta?
Pasta
Oh, thank God. Okay. Ooh. I mean, don't get me wrong.
with
I
extra.
love pizza. Oh,
Pizza's great.
pizza
Pizza's
is
great, but
fantastic.
pasta's
All day,
better.
all day. Okay, good answer. I'll go with that. Singing or dancing?
Ooh. Oh, this is so bad. Dancing.
Dancing, yeah,
I mean, I'm always doing both, but
yeah.
like I dance not realizing I'm dancing.
That's fair. That's fair. I remember one of
Yeah.
the conversations that you and I had a couple days ago. You were saying how, like, you're a professionally trained dancer, but you were having trouble doing these dumb TikTok dances.
Oh my God, it's such a struggle for me.
Uh huh.
And like moment of embarrassment. I was actually practicing before we got on the call because I'm determined to get that dance.
Yeah, really? Well, don't. So
Yeah, no,
is
I
it the
need to
one?
get it.
Is it the one that I'm doing that I do in my room or in my
The
living
one
room?
that Gia now has to do
Yes,
because you
yeah, that
hit
one.
the 1,000 likes.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw
that
this
one.
morning. I saw that we hit the 1,000. I have to let her know. She's out there.
Yeah,
I have to tell her. I'm like, listen, we hit 1,000, so you're gonna have to learn this dance.
that's it.
You got to give the people. You got to give the people what they want. So,
Exactly. Yeah.
all right, you ready? Here's the next one.
Yeah.
Fruits or vegetables?
Fruits.
Fruits. What's your favorite fruit?
Banana.
Banana. Nice.
Yeah.
I am a vegetable person, and I love carrots. Carrots are my favorite.
Ooh, carrots are nice.
Yeah, they're very good,
Yeah.
especially like dipped in some like ranch or something. Oh, anyway, okay. This one is a debate that I had earlier this week, and
Okay.
and we settled it. But I'm curious what your thoughts are. Backstreet Boys or NSYNC?
Go. NSYNC.
Thank you, Lord.
Come
Man,
on. Come
they're
on.
like I don't think it's even close. And I like the Backstreet Boys, I really do. But I just like NSYNC over Backstreet Boys all day.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I already know the answer to the next one, but I'm going to ask you anyway for the people that don't know. Would you rather wake up early or stay up late?
Stay up late.
We are both. You and I are both the victims of chronic insomnia.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's bad. It's bad.
That's the life of a creative.
What's the minimum amount of sleep that you need to get in order to function the next day?
3 hours.
Same. Yeah. If like I could function on like maybe like 3 or 4 hours and I'll be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
If I
Like
get less
function
than
well.
that, then yeah.
Yeah.
If I get less than that, then I'm like, ugh. Like the other night, like I might be like,
Yeah.
ugh. But like
Yeah.
give me like 3 or 4 hours and I'll be perfectly fine. I know it's not the healthiest of things, but it's me. I don't care. I got one life to
I
live.
mean, it's not like it's every day.
All right, here we go. The next one. Football, like American football or basketball? What would you rather watch?
Ooh. Ooh. I think football.
American football.
Like
Okay.
I like basketball, but there's something, I don't know, for some reason like football's really exciting to me.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. I'll accept that answer, even though you're wrong. All right, here we go. Next. uh the next one. Netflix or Disney Plus?
Netflix.
Netflix. Okay. Are you a Disney fan?
I am a Disney fan. I actually had Disney Plus for a time,
Uh-huh.
but I can find everything that I need elsewhere. Netflix is just like we have a family Netflix account, so it's
I
just
see. That makes sense.
yeah.
I got you. All right. Here we go. Two more. You ready?
Yeah.
Wine or beer?
Wine.
Wine. What's your favorite type of wine?
My go-to is white. There's a brand called Bodacious.
Okay.
And it's just like, yeah, it's just nice. It's a little sweet, but not too sweet.
Okay. Fair
but
enough.
I do like beer too.
Yes.
So.
Yes, I am. I am definitely a wino. But I'm a fairly recent wino. I didn't become a wino until maybe like a couple years ago when I started going to wine festivals, and I was like, "Whoa, wait a second! I think I appreciate this."
Fun.
Yes, it was fun. I love it.
I've never been to a wine tasting before. Fun fact.
My gosh, you need to go. Do they have that stuff in Toronto? That's a dumb question, but I'm sure they do. But
they do, but it's more on the Niagara side.
I see.
Like
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't think there's any in Toronto.
Got it. All right. Last one. You ready? You ready
I'm
for
ready.
this? All right.
I think
vanilla or chocolate?
Chocolate.
Yeah. What do you have? Do you eat like chocolate candy?
Like chocolate bars.
Sure. Yeah. Do you have like a favorite? Wait, what? What are you laughing at me for? What is this? This is a completely logical question to ask.
Like, just how you ordered it, chocolate candy. So what is chocolate bars?
Yeah, it could be a chocolate bar. It could be a Hershey Kiss. It could be anything. You know, the options are limitless.
I do like chocolate, but I feel like I got to be in the mood for it. Okay. I generally don't eat a lot of candy on a regular, but like every once in a while I'll get cravings. So my favorite chocolate bar is O. Henry.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know O. Henry?
I don't know. I've never heard of that before in my life.
That might be a Canadian thing. I didn't know.
I have no idea. Do they sell those at what is it? What's that chain that y'all have up there that we don't have down here? That like coffee shop.
7-Eleven?
No, we have 7-Elevens.
Oh, Tim Hortons?
Tim
I
Hortons,
don't
yeah,
know.
that's what it is. My friend, one of my
No.
bosses, one of my old bosses, she's from like the Buffalo, Niagara like area. Like she frequented that. So I remember she got me as a gift one time a gift card to Tim Hortons, and
Oh my God.
I was like, what am I
What are you
supposed
gonna
to
do?
do with this? But it was so
She
clear
knew
that
that
she
one
got
day.
it's very clear that she got that gift from somebody, and I guess she was just kind
Oh,
of
and
like
she
last
gifted
minute,
it.
like yeah, 100. That's the only reason. Who gifts Tim Hortons gift cards to somebody that lives outside of Philly?
Kyrus, maybe she's psychic. Maybe she knew, you know what, one day he's gonna meet this chick from Toronto. She's gonna go to Philadelphia. He's gonna go to Toronto, and he's gonna need a Timmy's gift card.
Bless your heart. That no. Unless I have to, I might still
He's
have the gift card.
no.
This was like five. No, this was probably like 7, 8 years ago. So if she knew back
Oh
then
wow.
that I would meet Kerry-Ann Wright, aka Miss Kerr, then you know what? More props to her because I'm happy that I met you, Miss Kerr.
Me too.
Hey,
And I'm so happy that you got my name right. You're
I
awesome.
know. I did my
I'm
research
so
today.
happy.
I did my. What are you
Hmm.
drinking? Is that vodka?
No, it's just water.
No, water mixed with
Just
vodka. Got
water.
it.
I felt it would be a little inappropriate to start day drinking so early, you know, on our
Didn't you go
interview.
live? Didn't you go live on Instagram the other day, day drinking? Okay,
We
yeah,
don't
that's what I
we
thought.
don't just give the people everything.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Miss Kerr, I'm so happy that we got to sit and talk and get to know each other a little bit better. We have to do this again. We have to continue to talk and build this newfound friendship. So I guess my final question for you is anybody that's listening right now, if they want to get more Miss Kerr, where can they go? What can they follow?
They can find me across all social platforms at the real Miss MISS Kerr Kerr, and my business account for anybody that would like to know is at the Hook and Co.
Very nice.
Exactly as it sounds.
I'm gonna put that down low for those of you that are watching on Facebook and Instagram. I'm gonna put that underneath for those of you that are listening on Spotify and Apple Music and Google Podcasts. I'm gonna put that in the description. So be sure to go follow my friend here, Miss Kerr. Miss Kerr, I'm so happy that we got to sit and chat for a little bit. This has been
Me
fun.
too. This is fun.
Even though you're from Toronto, I'll let it slide this time.
Okay, thanks. You know what? Talk to me long enough, and that A is going to get embedded into your vocabulary.
Listen, there's so much
wait.
there's so much Philly talk that you can that and Jersey that like I'm sure my accent has come through like many times today. So you can make fun of me too if you want to.
So what's give me one like Philly phrase or saying that's not commonly said elsewhere.
John, JAWN.
Really? What is
Yeah,
that?
literally anything that you want. John can be used any way that you want. So you can be like,
Okay.
ask me a question, any question you want, like a general question.
So what are you doing today?
I'm going to hang out with my sisters at this John.
Really?
And ask me something completely different.
Okay. What'd you have for breakfast?
I had what did I have? I had this like pancake with this, and I sprinkled over some sprinkled John. It was great.
Some sprinkled John.
Yeah, or you can even describe a person. Be like, there's somebody who's like, "Hey, what are you doing today?" I'd be like, "Oh, I'm doing this interview, John, with Kerr. I'm talking to this
That
John.
sounds so strange.
I'm talking to this John on my podcast today." Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It can mean
Interesting.
literally anything that you want. After we're done here, literally type in the word John, JAWN, on Google, and then you'll get like a full it literally means whatever you want. It's 100% Philly in South Jersey.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna look it up.
Okay, thank you, A.
All right.
The last time I say it, I promise.
Use that correctly.
I'm really bad at it. Well, Ms. Kerr, thank you so much. If you want to follow Ms. Kerr on her social media platforms, I have it down below if you're watching. I also have it in the description if you're listening. And then if you want more of me and my nonsense, you can go follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Vibe with Kai. You can also follow me on Snapchat and on TikTok before it gets banned at Kyrus Keenan. And then you can always visit my website, thevibewithkai.com, where I'm always posting videos and blogs and things that'll make you do good, feel good, be good, and live a good life full of good vibes. Miss Kerr, thank you so much for sitting with me, my love.
Thank you for having me. It was fun.
Absolutely. No problem. Everybody else have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed day. I love y'all and good vibes.
Bye.